I've saved my progress as lefthandarms.ai. It's found inside the Other Stuff subfolder inside the 30 Actions folder. And the reason I did that was to prevent this file from mucking up the previous batch processing exercise. In this movie, we're going to take that arms left action and we're going to copy it and modify it to suit a slightly different purpose. So I'll start things off by twirling this guy closed just to save myself some room. And then I'll go ahead and drag it down and drop it onto the page icon. So if you want to duplicate an entire action set, you drop it onto the folder. If you want to duplicate a specific action, you drop it onto the page. And it'll come up as arms left once again. I'll go ahead and double click on it and let's call this guy arms right this time. Click OK. And now I'll go ahead and twirl it open so that we can get to the steps. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on this right hand arm, this big group here, and we can see that it's subject to a dynamic transform effect. I'll grab the transform effect and throw it away. All right, now what you do if you want to modify a specific step inside of an action, you just go ahead and double click on it. And that's going to bring up the dialog box, which we want. Even though the dialog box icon is off, we want to see this dialog box because we are in the process of both applying this operation and modifying it. This is tricky. If you're working along with me, you got to type in 33 tab. You can't just go modifying that value. You actually have to completely change it. So don't click in front of the minus sign and delete it. And you have to invoke that preview. And I'm going to press tab a couple more times because I'm sick of this darn command ignoring me. And I'll click on copy. And that didn't work. Can you feel my pain? Let me try again. I think all I have to do is try again. I'm going to double click on move. I'm going to change it to 33. I'm going to press the tab key. I'm going to invoke the preview. I'm going to click the copy button, and this time it works. Go figure. It's some little weirdness between this particular dialog box and the action recording instrument or whatever. Anyway, if I twirl that open, look, move has changed. It's now horizontal 33 points instead of negative 33. So even though I'm not in the record mode, I am making modifications to this action. Now I'm going to do the same with rotate. Double click on it and change this value to -1. Press tab. Click on the copy button. That worked for some reason. Okay, awesome. Twirl open, rotate. Yes, angle is set to -1 degree. Copy, yes. There is the transformation origin. Fine. I'll go ahead and twirl that close. Now, from this point on, I just want to play. And so the best solution is to click on scale and then go ahead and click on the play button in order to play from that point on. So that's what I'm going to do. And that goes ahead and plays my other operations, although it appears to me that it repeated somehow. Maybe it went ahead. What did it do? Why did it create another clone? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If I go to scale, it's uniform, copy no in this case. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. You know what? Why don't we, what is that thing? Let's go ahead and move it off to the side. You know what? Let's go ahead and grab those guys and delete them and try again. I'm not going to do all the steps again. I'm just going to see now that I've got my action recorded properly, if it'll play properly. So I'll select arms right, and then I'll click on the play button. And we've definitely got some kind of problem going. Interesting, because I have two copies of this thing now. One is moved and the other is rotated and so forth. I copied. Oh, user error. My fault. Sorry about that, folks. All right, go ahead and grab that. But, this stuff happens with actions when you're a doofus like me. So I'll go ahead and select these extra arms here. And I'll click on this original arm. And let's see if I can do things better. This is a great use for control or command double clicking on a single step. If you want to play just one step, because I don't want to play from move down because rotate's messed up, but I do want to get things going here. If I clicked on the play button, it'd play everything. If I just want to play one step, you control double click or command double click on that step and just that step plays. All right. Now, deep breath. Pay attention to what you're doing, Deke. Double click on rotate. Set it to -1. Make sure to invoke the preview somehow by pressing the tab key. Click OK. And see this time if I twirl open rotate. Look, copy is set to no. Yes, that's awesome. All right, now I'll click on scale and I'll click play to play from that point on. Woohoo! All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and change the opacity to 80%, man. Now, with arms right selected, let's go ahead and play it again. Hey, it works. Let's go ahead and change the opacity to 60%. All right, now go ahead and play again. Change the opacity to 40%. That is so rocking. Once you get actions working, they are really a wonder to watch, really joyful sometimes. So anyway, that gives you a sense of how to edit and problem solve as you're editing your actions here inside Illustrator.